Hello friends, this is Ramneek Singh and welcome to Robotics Session 7. I hope you have seen the previous session as today's session is completely related to the previous session. Today we learn how a header file named delay.h will work and how is it coded. Okay, as you can all see, the file on the left, this file is a header file named delay.h. So as you can see on the file, there are two functions delay ms and delay us. Okay, now before I begin with the body of the program, I would first like to tell you about what we are doing here. So, as the name of this header file suggests, this file will help us in delaying the execution of a particular function either by few milliseconds or by few microseconds. Now, as I've told you earlier, that we'll be using a standard syntax, that is hash if and def underscore filename underscore h underscore and hash define underscore filename underscore h underscore, then the body will come and then hash endif. Now this syntax has been followed here. As you can see, the syntax is followed as it is. Now here in the header file, the file name, that is this name which I'm highlighting right now, is delay. As you can see here, it is delay. So only this will be changed in the syntax. Now let's come to the body part. As you can see that there is no main function here. So you have to remember this, that in a header file, there should be only those functions which are called directly in a program. It means only define those functions which are valid, that is they have a valid name, like you cannot name any other function as main or you cannot name any other function as int. It has to have a valid name, and that function can be used in a program directly by using the header file. Like if you will be making a program, there will be already a main function. So if you will define a main function here also, you can't execute that function in that program. So you have to make the functions which can be directly executed in a program via the header file. Secondly, you need to remember one more thing. Each data type except char type should be unsigned. Now unsigned means that only positive numbers will be taken into consideration. An unsigned int variable will only take positive inputs and it will reject the negative ones. Now we have defined two unsigned integers, delay counter 1 and delay counter 2. So you can see here that we have defined two unsigned integers. I've highlighted them both and we are going to make two functions. First is delay ms function. You can see here I've highlighted it, and the second is delay us function. Now delay ms function delays the execution of a statement by few milliseconds, and delay mus function or delay us function delays the execution of a statement by few microseconds. So you can see that in these functions we have used another function called asm. This is the asm function and we have not included any header file for it. Now why is it that we have not included any header file for asm function? This is because asm function is a predefined function which is already there in the C assembly. That is, it doesn't need any header file to be called. And inside asm, we have used a command called NOP. Now NOP means no operation. That is, it will stop all the system operations if it is executed. Now this program is really simple. We are using few loops to execute this statement asm NOP for a particular number of times so that we can have a delay of some milliseconds or some microseconds. So all the loops and the number of commands which we have used here, like you can see that in the delay ms function, I've inlined two for loop functions. I've used two for loop functions, whereas in delay microsecond function, I've used just one for loop. And the number of times I've used the asm function is 12 times in delay ms and 10 times in delay us. Now all these things were determined practically. That is, it was seen practically that how many times you need to execute a particular loop and a particular function so that you can get a delay of few microseconds or few milliseconds. So this is the delay file which we'll be using in our further programs, like to make the LEDs flicker or to make the LEDs move with music. We'll be using the delay function for the buzzer music and all. So this is it for today, friends. I'll upload this file soon so that you can use it in your programs, but till then, try to make this on your own. Thank you.